Johnny the fuck Minerals, who I don't even view as a real human being.
It's guys like Minerals.
Let's have it right.
He's not on my radar. I don't care about him.
You got the Minerals too.
One of them brown envelope mobs.
No Minerals.
The realness of this guy.
Let's have it right.
Respect, do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
The realness of this guy.
Minerals. Let's have it right.
Minerals FC
Need proper winning Minerals, mate.
Let's have it right.
Respect.
I'm just a brown envelope, or I'm
Absolutely screwed. Let's have it right.
Brown envelopes.
You brown envelopes from the club.
You got the Minerals to fight for his place.
You are in the woods wronging. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you taking the time out to say that. Cheers. This one's for you. Greetings from Centre Parks, by the way. That's the background. I hope you're all well. This is just ridiculous, though, isn't it? The Minerals.
Minerals FC.
Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
Johnny the fuck Minerals.
The Minerals. In them, we know that they have the minerals. We've not.
There's minerals that you need.
It's guys like Minerals and
You got the Minerals too.
Let's have it right.
Minerals.
Johnny Minerals.
like Minerals is one of the very vociferous Chelsea fans.
Minerals FC mudded me. I couldn't give a shit about that guy.
Let's have it right.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking Minerals, mate.
Can everybody just stop getting shot? Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone is doing well, winning life first and foremost. I want you all to smash to pieces that like button. If you haven't smashed it, smash it right now. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you do so. We've got the notification bell, ding dong, let's have it right, so you know when we go live. And we've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership, which is pinned at top live chat and down below in the description. Salute to all the Minerals FC Ultras. Salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things they'll never see. And salute to the no surrender mentalities. Have it right. And big up to everyone. Listen, apologies. We haven't had any streams for what? 4 days, something like that. Very unusual. But as you all know, I had the wisdom tooth out. I've been in serious pain, bruv. I haven't had it in me to do streams. So I have been doing videos at the very least. So I hope everyone has got caught up with what I've uploaded. I've done a reaction to Meatloaf Boehly talking at his conference with Bloomberg. We've uploaded that interview as well. We've got reaction to Tuchel and Reece James. So make sure you go and land your likes and comments on all the uploads. Let's have it right. Listen, 5 days I've been toothless, or 4 days. Yeah. I ain't joking, bruv. I can take pain, bruv, but this has been relentless, bruv. Relentless like us on the Minerals FC. And when I say relentless like us with the no surrender mentality, what's broken out today, which is a lovely way to come back on live stream, bruv, and we're going to be doing it regular. So I am back. So it right. Slim Mineral Shady is back and ready to land it. But it broke out today that the Chelsea Supporters Trust have reported on Meatloaf Boehly, I would do anything for pound notes and vivid seats. We ain't gonna talk about that. Well, let's have it right. He might have to address it now, the wrong one, because it's been, they've reported him to the Premier League, the FA, the FSA, Football Supporters Association are backing Chelsea Supporters Trust, bruv, and we're well on the way. It's a full, actual, legitimate reporting of Boehly. They've waited and waited to hear from him. He don't hear nothing. He's gone on. He's had 2 presentations where he's sat there like a wrong'un, talking bangers and mash waffle. And he's never mentioned vivid seats. None of the brown envelopes mention vivid seats. Nizar Kinsella, Ben Jacobs, Ornstein, the Pornstein, Bomba, the Matt Law Dagger, yeah, the Athletic, Simon Johnson, yeah. Where are you? Where are you? You didn't report it. Do you know what's funny? Yeah, do you know what's funny? I'll tell you what's funny, right? They're reporting it now, and what we're going to do is we're going to read out what they've written about it. We're going to read each journalist's tweets. Because now, like I always say, it's going to come to a point where you've got no option but to put it out. But because you're in the pocket and you're destroying our football club with the narratives that you're pushing out for Blueco, yeah, so have it right, well, now you're in a bit of a pickle. Because if you don't report it, you proper sell yourselves out and show everyone that you are a complete sellout when you are anyway. So you have to go to narrative. And who introduced the narrative? I want everyone to understand that, yeah? I want people to understand, yeah? You see, while all these YouTubers are creating tier lists of, oh, let's comment on where does this account go? Does that go in Elite? Does that go in GOAT? Oh, no, that goes in Waffler. That goes in this. What a bunch of wrong'uns. What a bunch of melts. You got better things to do? I have. I've got better things to do. You see, what I do on my channel, yeah, you lot don't do. I influence. And I was the one that exposed Vivid Seats, and salute to Eunice Talks Minerals as well, because he was on there with me when we reported it and exposed it. And exposed that Meatloaf Boehly was what? Oh, what? Majority owner with Eldridge of Vivid Seats, sitting chairman at Chelsea Football Club, milking 20 million a year out of our football club on a 5-year deal to then get transferred over to the Clear Lake side for another 5 years. They're just sucking and milking our football club literally day in, day night. Yeah? What? Oh, and he's selling tickets, is he? Is he ticket tap, Boehly the ticket tap? And then we got the protest. In fact, after I exposed, now I was exposing Vivid Seats before this, but with Eunice, we come to realization of what it really was all about, and we landed it, bruv. Yeah? And do you know what's interesting? What happened after that? It's a snowball effect, you see, on the Minerals FC. After that, we got the FSA banner, Stop Exploiting Loyalty, Chelsea Supporters Trust, behind the scenes, Chelsea supporters, very small minority, and who? West Ham supporters, who are pushing this hashtag Stop Exploiting Loyalty, which is running across with the 1958 as well. It's with Everton. It's with many clubs in the Premier League, because it's a common theme how supporters have been exploited. That kicked off at the West Ham game, and I turned up with Cursor. Salute to Cursor, bruv. Day one Minerals FC Ultra, bruv. And we turned up, yeah, all right? Stood behind that banner. I stood behind that banner. Because that's what you do. When you've got a platform, you've got a responsibility to use it in the right way. But you lot are fucking scaredy cats. You're all scared. You're scared of getting shadow banned. I don't give a shit, bruv. Yeah? So while you're doing your tier lists, yeah, I'm influencing the game. I'm rattling Blue Coast feathers, mate. Yeah? They're seagull feathers. So have it right. And they're fucking all over the gaff, bruv. Because Blue Coast in the mud. So after that, what did we have? We had the protest. We had a protest. Blue coat out. Yeah? For the Southampton game. So have it right, bruv. Come on. What we doing here? Oh, people mocking it. Let's all talk. Let's all get on each other's platforms. Let's all, because Johnny Minerals exposes us all. So let's all make out like we're all not unified, and let's talk about what's the narrative of the protest. Narrative's Blue coat out, you fucking wrong'uns, yeah? It always was, and it always will be. Win, lose, or draw, Blue coat out. End of fucking story. I don't want to hear nothing else. Directors out. Change the model. You're a long way from Starbucks. You're years behind me, bruv. You're years behind me. Do you understand me? Yeah? So while you're doing your little tier lists, all right, and not only just Chelsea content creators, you've got all other Uniteds, you've got all these big time so-called think they're big shotters in the game, and the OGs in the game, and this and that. It's embarrassing, bruv. You know what I'm saying? I know it's international break, but fuck me. Anything to get clicks, anything to try and get people's attention. No, bruv, I land it on this channel. I fucking land it, yeah? I do what's right. And I'm not just doing it for my football club. I'm doing it for football, yeah? So you should take a leaf out of the Book of Minerals and maybe follow suit and stop being wet wipes. Stop being jellyfishes. Stop being all just pound note merchants, because that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Trust me, bruv, yeah? Trust me. After that protest, what did we get? My channel. Exposing the debt. Aries Management, 500 million, 13% interest rate. Yeah? Syndicate bank loans, JP Morgan, Bank of America with Sonia, 7.7% interest rate. No one wants to talk about the 1.2 billion debt. The fact that we got almost double debt than the Glazers who've been at Man United for 20 years. These lot have been here in almost 3 years fully now. That's what you talk about. You talk about the serious minerals here. And you lot are too busy talking about transfers, players, directors, managers. You're fucking gone, mate. Deluded. Yeah? Let's have it right. They are scared. And I'll tell you why they're scared. They're scared because why? When you start talking the truth, you do get attacked. I'm going to reveal a few things on this channel tonight. I'm going to reveal a few things. Yeah? And people are going to do it for me. But I want you to understand something, right? The debt, vivid seats, the transfer policy is all dictated by the debt. If you do not address the debt and not expose the debt, you're not exposing the cause of why Chelsea are where they are, not competing. Because Boehly comes out and goes, oh, we're so shocked with the competitiveness of the Premier League, but we're so excited about the competitiveness of the Premier League. This is the worst in terms of competitiveness in this Premier League. It's the worst I've ever witnessed, bruv. Yeah? And we're still struggling. We're still dross. Do you understand me? And how many teams are falling off a cliff this season? Yeah? What are we going to compete? How are we going to compete? You spent 1.5 billion. You've bought 90 players. You're selling and buying and selling players like you wouldn't believe. Every transfer window. We're hearing the same shit. All right. You're not buying anyone over 150 grand a week on high transfer fees. You're not bringing any elite goalkeeper, centre back, midfielder, striker, not even elite wingers at this rate. You understand me? It's all unproven, high potential based on AI scouting data. And by the way, Clearlake have just bought a Wall Street company, which is on what? Data and analytical company. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Because that's what they are, equity merchants, Wall Street merchants. That's what they're basing buying players on. That's the recruitment strategy. Using AI scouting and data, and everything's data and data. Well, the data tells me we're a fucking shambles after 3 years. You haven't bought us a shirt sponsor for a whole year, and we got Toothpick Jacobs going on the what is it, London is Blue podcast or something, the one that Matt Law goes on. Yeah, then Melts blocked me. Why? Because I slammed the facts. You lot are too busy getting brown envelopes. You let them speak and push their narrative. So fuck you. You're a disgrace. Yeah, these American platform makes sense, doesn't it? Makes sense. Makes absolute sense, yeah? You don't report the truth. You don't talk about the truth. You had Ben Jacobs on there today, giving it all the spiel about stadium, giving it all spiel about, oh, we've bought generational talent. We've got Jackson. Fuck off. Jackson ain't generational, bruv. He's 23 years old, you melt, yeah? Cole Palmer's the only one that you can say is generational, bruv, out of everyone that's been bought. You know what I'm saying? Everyone else is mid, bruv. Reece James is generational, bruv. He's fucking leader, general, bruv. Yeah, look at him under Thomas Tuchel, being played in his position. These lot, Enzo Maresca, oh, I only see him as a midfielder. What a load of dross, mate. If I've heard anything, that is tops it all. That absolutely tops it all. Of course, he was in Marbella drinking his fish bowl, skiing on the old knobs of Winstanley and Stewart, wasn't he? Going, oh, I only see Reece James as a midfielder because when I was in Marbella, I was fucking pissed out of my nut. Lag boat, yeah? Of course you're going to say that. You're going to stick with that. What a load of bullshit, bruv, yeah? And people go, oh, but playing in midfield is more, you need your legs more. He's more prone to get injured. No, he ain't actually, because he's got Casado and Enzo Fernandez in there. He's got two other midfielders in there. So Reece is all sweet, bruv. But let's have it right. Under Tuchel, he was fine, bruv. He was overlapping when he needed to because he's got game intelligence. And he was inverting when he needed to help the midfield, to back the midfield. But he was a right centre-back. So he was versatile, showing versatility. Talk about Swiss Army knives like we had with Sterling and Viega, the one that sold he loaned out after 6 months. You know, well, Reece James is a Swiss Army knife. He absolutely is. And he's world-class, bruv. Yeah? And he's Cobham. He's one of our own. He's our captain, not Enzo Fernandez. Fuck that. All right? And talking on, before I go on, let's talk about Enzo Fernandez because, he's had a little good game against Brazil. Brazil is unrecognisable. It's probably one of the worst Brazil teams I've ever seen in the history of Brazil, bruv. Yeah? And these melts are propping, what do we think of Enzo Fernandez? Oh, describe him in one word. Yeah, fucking racist wronging, mate. Yeah? Not Chelsea level. Let's have it fucking right. Let's describe it. The fact that he's been shit. ever since he signed for us. He ain't done nothing, bruv. And he needs two players in the midfield just to compensate him being in the team who doesn't give us enough output, bruv, for a so-called £105 million player, bruv. So I don't hear this prop for Enzo Fernandez. What is this? Overhyping mid. But because he's Argentinian, he's won a World Cup with Lionel Messi, and he's got tattoos all over him. Everyone's like, oh, he's got his fucking veneers like Jurgen Klopp. He's gone to Turkey, get veneers, has he? Yeah. And he drinks out of his fucking coconut tea with his straw in that. Yeah. He's sucking out of a straw, something that ain't right, bruv. I'll tell you that now. Yeah. This guy is so overrated, overhyped. Yeah. But that tells you that how this fan base are clutching on straws, bruv. They're clutching on straws for the absolute dross that we bought. 90 players we bought based on AI scouting, and I mean, we don't even see a majority of them. It's embarrassing, bruv. Absolutely embarrassing. I'm going to do a toast. Salute the toast. Go, oh, babes, Enzo's playing today. Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. Nosh it off, bruv. Nosh it off, mate. Yeah. Enzo Fernandez is playing. Wow. Fucking hell, bruv. He was getting benched majority of the season, bruv, because Lavia was playing DM. Yeah. And what? With Casado, we had balance there. Ironic. But anyway, enough for Enzo Fernandez, because apparently, he's rejected. You know, he's dismissed Atletico Madrid's offer, but he's open to listening. Oh, yeah, of course, because his agent, he changed back in the last season. Why? Because he's pissed that Reece James on 250 grand a week base rate with incentive. If he gets Champions League football, he gets an increase in his wages, bruv. Yeah, so Enzo Fernandez is like, well, I'm Enzo Fernandez. I'm the Argentinian World Cup winner, but I ain't done fuck all for Chelsea. Reece James has, by the way. Reece James is our captain. He's won the Club World Cup, Super Cup, Champions League, and pivotal in all of these competitions. Bar the Club World Cup, I think he was injured in that one. But let's have it right. I remember him going up to the supporters, putting his shirt up, screaming, bruv, fucking love that shit, bruv. Love that passion. Love that. General, bruv. Yeah? Let's ask. Because it was reported today by Vincey, the brown envelope. Yeah? Oh, proper sellout. Subscribed by Boehly, followed by Boehly. Let's have it right. The Boehly Twitter account that's blocked me. Yeah? So he knows who Johnny Minerals is, old Siri merchant. Yeah? Fucking data merchant. Yeah? What's Vincey put out? Oh, he's put out... I'll read it to you right now. As we're on the subject. I mean, we might as well go there. And this is quality. I'm sure I screenshotted it. Here it is. Reece James interview, which was uploaded to ITV football social media feed last week and then mysteriously deleted, had nothing to do with Chelsea's captain describing Tuchel as the best manager he has ever worked with. Interesting. You think I believe that from Kieran Gill in the pocket? Get out of here, bruv. Have a day off. Yeah? Who are we kidding here? Of course they got the old on the burner to fucking ITV and said, you got to take that down because it's mudding Enzo Maresca. And what have we had Reece James come out today and say? Was it today? I think it was today. Where is it? I've got it bookmarked. Let me just quickly read that out. Reece James, of course, it's via Toothpick Jacobs. The Toothpick Ben Jacobs, who's the cousin of Goldstein, who's a director, board member at Chelsea. Let's have it right. Reece James asked about Chelsea's Club World Cup aspirations. We have an amazing squad, an amazing team, an amazing manager, and our goal is to win. Any trophy of this significance is a huge honour for the club, and obviously, for the first time, will go down in history. Now, let's have it right. We've heard of NDAs, haven't we? Yeah. He didn't say that Enzo Maresca was the best manager he worked under, was he? He said Thomas Tuchel. So yeah, you can get in the bin with that PR, bruv. I honestly, I couldn't give a shit. Do I believe Reece James is saying that? Is it clipped, or have they deleted that video of him saying that? I'm just asking for a mate. Honestly. That's all I'm doing. I'm asking for a mate, bruv. Now, of course, we have to discuss right now, before I get into transfers, because I'm going to reveal something big on transfers. So make sure you do smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Big up to CFC Daily, because he's put out a tweet saying, buy a share to have an official say on what happens to the future of Stamford Bridge, a unique opportunity in the reality. The only valid way to have a say on whether we stay at Stamford Bridge or move, hopefully, Earl's Court. So he looks like he's in favour of moving Earl's Court. Fuck that. I don't want to move nowhere, bruv. In fact, we're going to stay at Stamford Bridge, and they can redevelop at Stamford Bridge, the Melts, and they can spend the $2 billion to do that and go and get another bank loan. Or they're going to get a helping hand from the UK government. Yeah, as reported, the UK government, who have got Roman Abramovich's over £2.5 billion in the bank, still earning interest, while Starmer is what? What's he doing? Oh, he's donated, is he, 2.2 billion, 2.3 billion to Zelensky because he didn't get it in the White House with Donald Trump. Okay, so is that the interest of Roman Abramovich's money? So we're going to rack up the years to get some more money in from the interest of Roman. What can we do here, bruv? What can we do? So let's just talk about the stadium very quickly, because obviously Meatloaf Boehly come out and said, you know, we have to be aligned on the stadium rebuild, or moving elsewhere. Because it's not like building anywhere rural. No, you're in Chelsea, gold mine, and you want to knock down Stamford Bridge, keep the pitch and the name, and build your real estate there and sell that for untold pound notes. Let's have it right. Because you've trademarked the name Chelsea and the logo. So you're well equipped and ready, already loopholing it, to relocate to another stadium, because let's have it right, the CPO are not going to sign that off. Absolutely not. And I'm going to explain why they're not going to sign it off. All right. And it's facts, they're not going to sign it off. Yeah. But before, exactly, they want Highbury 2.0. Exactly that. I've been saying it for, mate, ages ago, bro. Yeah. I reported on Vivid Seats early January. All right. We're only getting it now. All right. We're only getting the backlash now. Proper backlash now. All right. For Boehly it is, because he's in the mud with the seagulls, as the thumbnail says on my stream. But in terms of the stadium, right, everyone's like, oh, you've got a divide in the fan base. So you've got all the international supporters and all these wrongers on Twitter going, oh, the CPO, the Yerders, they're holding us back. They want to stop us from competing with all the elite clubs of having a mega elite stadium, yeah? All right? Because they're so fucking stupid, yeah? We can't even get tickets now in Stamford Bridge because of Vivid Seats, all right? Members can't get tickets. Our atmosphere is dross. So what do you think it's going to be like in a 80 to 100,000 capacity seated stadium? And what do you think Vivid Seats is going to be doing? Oh, it's going to be milking it even more, bruv. Let's have it right. But the stadium situation between the ownership, which is the true civil war, they say. There's no civil war in terms of the footballing side and Blue Coast side. Why? Because Boehly's fully aware of what the model is, and he's all happy with that. He's told you all we're all aligned. But if we're not aligned with the stadium, well, let's have it right. Do you honestly believe that Boehly, who is being PR'd as the only one with his consortium, he's part of the consortium that are only focused on moving away into Earl's Court. Earl's Court that's already got a contract at the moment with someone else. So what, they're going to seize that contract so that Chelsea can just jump in? And how soon are you going to jump in? And where's the money coming from, mate? Because you haven't got any money. You ain't got a pot to piss in. You can't even go in the transfer market because you've got to sell 11, 12, 15 players to compensate to buy us a striker, a right-footed winger, and, oh, maybe a centre-back. Oh, was it the centre-back from Bournemouth? The Bournemouth centre-back. What? The one that we're out the race now of. We can't even sign this fucking young'un who plays for Bournemouth. What a shambles, bro. What a shambles. Yeah? So where's the money coming from? Vivid Seats? Is that going to help the money? Are you going to get another loan and the UK government are going to help you? Either way, you can't do shit without the CPO. But I want to explain to you the structure between the two consortiums. You've got Clear Lake and Boehly's side, yeah? They both want to go Earl's Court. If they can do it, they will do it. Never forget, everything that is decided in this consortium, who has to sign everything off? If Boehly wants all these things, who signs it off? Clear Lake. They own 62% of the consortium and Blue Co Holdings. Boehly hasn't got a say. He has to do what he's told at the end of the day. But they're all in it together. So the ultimate goal is for Eghbali to be, of course, on the same side, betting on the same side as Boehly, to move to Earl's Court. Trust me, bruv. Yeah, 110%. They are all as a consortium. Now, we've had delightfully Toothpick Jacobs come out and say Boehly really wants to go to Earl's Court. And, well, I wouldn't write off that Eghbali doesn't. But Clearlake and Egbali are more focused on the sporting level, making sure it's Chelsea is the focus and the football side is the focus. Isn't this PR bullshit, yeah? Now, I want to explain something very, very factual here. Thank you very much, Toothpick Jacobs, for enlightening us that Gannon, because before it's Goldstein, his cousin, Ben Jacobs' cousin, was part of Boehly with the stadium plans. Then that got shifted with Gannon now, because Eurosic that called us customers and said, I hope we get the 3 pints today in an FA Cup tie. He got dismissed and they brought in Gannon. And they've got the other geezer, Klein from Spurs. Lovely. We got Goldstein from Spurs. We've got fucking Klein from Spurs. And we got the sponsorship deals happening. Apparently, we're going to get a shirt sponsor finally after a season of having not a single shirt sponsor on us. What an embarrassment, yeah. What a fucking embarrassment, yeah. All right, but this is the landage right now, yeah. Toothpick Jacobs let us know something today, or let me know something. He said Boehly in his conference said that him and Waters, they're here to create a sports empire. They're creating the heart where everything else ripples off it with the heartbeat, if you heard him speak. I've been letting you know that Boehly, and he let you all know when he first took over Chelsea as the face, he said we should have a North and South game. We should have an All-Stars game. We should generate money. We should do this, change the pyramid, change the fabric of football. What do you think Vivid Seats is? Vivid Seats is a very key component of this, all right? And I'm going to explain that when I get to that, all right? But in terms of the stadium not only elevates Vivid Seats, all right, but it also brings them in revenue, big revenue. But what's Boehly's master plan? Boehly wants to have NFL, his Dodgers there. He wants baseball. He wants swimming pools. He wants cricket there. He wants to host concerts with Beyonce, the wig merchant, and Jay-Z, the fucking, well, let's have it right, Rock Nation. Rock Nation and Meatloaf Boehly got into business with Fanatic Merchandising Company. So that all fits like a glove. Yeah, not the OJ Simpson glove. That's Blueco with Chelsea. But their glove, yeah, their glove's like Michael Jackson, bruv. All shimmering, bruv, with pound notes. You understand me? But pressure makes diamonds, so we have to keep putting the pressure. So what does Boehly want? Boehly wants to go the commercial route. He's Golden Globes. He's all about Live Nation. He's all about merchandise. He's all about all this nonsense, yeah? All right? Building the brand, building the global fan base. How can you build the global fan base? It's already a massive global fan base under Chelsea. If you're not relevant, you're not competitive, you're not winning, and you're just irrelevant, right? Yeah? Because it's about cash flow, using players as human commodities and assets. So Boehly's focus is that, but Toothpick Jacobs tried to PR that Egbali and Clearlake are all football focused, but these are the fucking wrong ones. Clearlake, that are AI scouting, data and analysts, Toothpick Winstanley and Stuart Little, who bulletproof directors, Enzim Reska, the manager, and with a wage cap of 150 grand a week and under 24 years old policy. That's their project. Not Boehly. Boehly signs it off. He's all happy for that because it generates money. But that's not Boehly. That's Clearlake. So everyone's now going, oh, if the Chelsea Supporters Trust are coming for Boehly and we lose Boehly and Boehly gets bought out, well, Clearlake haven't got a fucking pot to piss in to buy him out. And if they have to buy him out, they have to pay 1.5 billion just for Wiz and Waters. Waters is with Boehly, because they're talking about changing the fabric of football and the pyramid, which is what we've got to stop and exile it, all right? Which is what I'm trying to explain to everyone and all the other fan bases, is that these lot are here to change the game. They want, as Toothpick Jacobs says, Boehly, the stadium that they build is to be the what? The beachhead streamline headquarters. The headquarters to change the sports model of football. That's what it's all about. That's the bigger picture. And Boehly's got his AI involved. He's got data, and he's talking about, oh, now it's going to move from smartphones. Now it's going to be, before you've even turned up and you walk into the store, everything's going to be ready for you to try on. It's all AI generated. It's fucked. It's the matrix, yeah, in football. And we need to cut the brand envelope matrix out, which is responsible for allowing this to happen. And also eliminate the matrix, bruv, which is why we're Neo on here. We're going to land it, bruv. We're dodging all them bullets, bruv. And even if they shoot us, we're bulletproof. So have it right, yeah? So you can see the agenda here. They're trying to push it on Boehly. It's all of them together. Every component, everyone in the consortium has their role. Clearlake is spearheading the Brighton model, which is dictated by the debt that they took on with Ares Management and the bank loans. So they have to go with this blueprint, all right? They cannot change the model. That is never going to happen. So you need to get that out of your head, all right? And then Boehly's side is literally wants to change the game of football. And he wants to bring in the NFL Moneyball model, the American model, all right? And they're doing that with Vivid Seats already. So have it right. So the Chelsea Supporters Trust right now, listen, I've been calling them out. This is the start. Someone told me, Johnny, we're with you. You need to trust this process. So I'm trusting this process now because I've seen you've acted. I've seen the Chelsea supporters act now. And they have to act. Why? Because they've been mugged off by Boehly. They've been mugged off by Blueco. They won't talk to them. They won't entertain it. It's a conflict of interest. However you look at it, Vivid Seats is a conflict of interest. And everyone goes, oh, well, season ticket holders are putting their tickets on Vivid. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're putting it back in the club. But Boehly's taking it from the club, those specific tickets, and he's putting it and selling it on the Vivid Seats platform for astronomical profits. All right, that's the first one you got to understand. The second one is if you go on their website, you can buy any ticket to the end of the season, even to the Club World Cup. All right, and you can buy them now. International fans, they can go and buy them now. And there's a price range from £300 a ticket all the way, or $300 all the way up to 20,000. Maybe it'll go up to 30,000, depending on the level of competition and game, what elite level the game is and how important it is, and if is it a must game like a cup final or whatever. So he's doing that, but what is he doing? They're taking the members' money, and then what? Members can't get tickets. Season ticket holders are struggling to get away tickets. 1 in 4s, 1 in 3s. Because Vivid Seats are taking them. Vivid Seats are taking first dibs on all these tickets before they've gone on sale with the football club. That's the major conflict of interest, all right, which is eliminating Chelsea supporters, all right? That's exiling and blocking Chelsea supporters from being able to buy tickets for their club. We're talking about legacy supporters as well. See, supporters that have been members for years on end, bruv. Yeah? All right, not just season ticket holders. So how can you justify selling tickets before they've gone on sale with the football club? That's the first thing. The second thing is, right, yeah, it doesn't just stop at Chelsea. They're selling Man United tickets. They're selling Liverpool tickets, Everton tickets, Nottingham Forest tickets. They're selling tickets for anywhere in the ground. And it doesn't matter if you're Chelsea, for argument's sake, if it's Chelsea Man United ticket in Stamford Bridge, you could have Man United supporters buying tickets in the Chelsea end on Vivid Seats. They don't give a shit. They just want to sell and get bums on seats. All right. The conflict of interest, the major conflict of interest, is obviously Boehly is a co-owner, part of the consortium at Chelsea. All right. So he's tied to Chelsea and he's the majority owner of Vivid Seats. So he's not going to cut his stake of Vivid Seats and sell it because that's a key component that makes him money. All right. So this is going to be a very interesting outcome now that the Chelsea Supporters Trust have actually acted and reported them finally, bruv. I've been on this for almost 3 months. 3 months. Right? But I want to warn rival clubs because the Glazers are taking upon this model. Everyone is starting to pay attention. All these vampire owners are now trying to implement this similar blueprint, which is what I'm saying. This ownership we got are the cancer of football. These are the ones that want to change the game and ruin our beautiful game, so we have to cut them out. I don't say this for no reason. And I want to address something before I get on. People try and say that my agenda is based upon me hating that we sold Mason Mount and Havertz. I want all my ultras to remind all these wrong'uns with their agendas on me that I was landing the fucking minerals and truth, about the model and exposing the model in November, when after we played Newcastle away and lost 1-0, where we played Mount, Gallagher and Broha up front. And when I found out Potter was a yes man, and then I found out what the whole model was all about, that was long before we sold Havertz and Mount. So I just wanted to address that, because I don't want false narratives going on around about me. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I've been the fucking one from day one exposing this outright. Yeah, so I don't give a shit about flowers. I've got plenty of flowers in my garden, bruv. You know what I'm saying? I've got plenty planted everywhere, bruv. Beautiful. Let's have it right. And they smell divine. Trust me. Yeah. But in terms of Vivid Seats, it's a big problem now. It's gone viral. So everyone smash the like button. Everyone smash the like button. Big up the fantasy tour, yeah? PGA Tour. I am definitely talking about that on this stream. So hold tight. Now, let me go to Nizar Kinsella, who refused to talk about Vivid Seats. Chelsea Supporters Trust has asked the Premier League to act and investigate co-owner Todd Boehly's involvement in ticket reselling website Vivid Seats in an open letter to Chief Executive Richard Masters. Evidence has also been submitted to DCM's, more in the article. So that's Nizar Kinsella. Now we're going to Toothpick Jacobs, who didn't report on Vivid Seats. Chelsea Supporters Trust has written an open letter to Premier League Chief Richard Masters, asking him to take action due to Todd Boehly's involvement with reseller Vivid Seats. They call this a breach of trust and a clear conflict of interest. Chelsea Supporters Trust, who are backed by the Football Supporters Association, salute to them, have also submitted evidence against Vivid Seats to the Department of Culture, Media and Sport. It says, we were dismayed when in early February it was highlighted that Todd Boehly sits on the board of directors of Vivid Seats. And that's compliments of myself and Eunice on Minerals FC, while all these other little platforms are talking shit and debating waffle and playing it safe because they're scared of their channel getting cancelled and shadow banned, and they want the clicks and the banter and to get clipped up. I'm landing fucking minerals here, doing what should be done by everyone. It says it also has been reported that though through the holding company, Mr. Boehly owns approximately 41% of Vivid Seats. That's majority. Vivid Seats currently lists tickets for every Premier League fixture for the remainder of the season, and most tickets have been sold for above face value at significantly inflated rates. Interesting. As these tickets are not sold by the Chelsea FC website, they are considered by Chelsea to be illegal sales. To further compound matters, Vivid Seats is also explicitly named on the Premier League website as a known unauthorised ticket website. Many Chelsea Supporters Trust members are clearly infuriated by this connection and have written to us to say that Mr. Boehly's association with Vivid Seats is a breach of trust and a clear conflict of interest. Facts, which I've been saying. As a director of Chelsea FC and part owner, Mr. Boehly's connection with Vivid Seats is totally inappropriate and significantly undermines the efforts of Chelsea FC, the Premier League, and the Metropolitan Police to combat ticket touting. And let's have it right. Chelsea FC website by these owners put, we are acting strongly against ticket touting, yet Meatloaf Boehly and Vivid Seats are the biggest ticket touts across the Premier League. Oh, uncomfortable conversations. Have it right. Can everybody just stop getting shot? Mr. Boehly has been contacted directly by the Chelsea Supporters Trust and has been offered multiple opportunities to both publicly and privately address supporters' concern. Neither Mr. Boehly nor his representatives have, however, acted on these requests, and thousands of tickets remain for the sale on Vivid Seats website. The Chelsea Supporters Trust firmly believes that it is now time for the Premier League to act and investigate. We would welcome your views as Chief Executive Officer of the Premier League on this matter and anticipate that the Premier League would take this opportunity to act swiftly and ensure that a major share owner of a Premier League club ceases facilitating the sales of tickets for significantly above face value. The Chelsea Supporters Trust does not believe that it is appropriate for any Chelsea FC tickets or wider Premier League tickets to be listed on Vivid Seats website. Now, as I stated, you can get tickets from other clubs as well. So other Man United supporters can go on Vivid Seats, they can buy tickets. Everyone can go and buy tickets. Liverpool, for Liverpool's final game of the season, you've heard, the Daily Mail reported after myself and Eunice exploited Vivid Seats, it went viral, over £17,000 a ticket. So have it right. So that is absolute abuse. Yeah, abusing. But these are corporate people. These are rich people that are not going to chant. They're going to spend all the money in the ground. They're going to buy all the merchandise, and they're going to sit there on their iPhones videoing the whole time. Who wants that? You're killing the atmosphere, bro. Oh, apparently it's £48,000 a ticket now. Wow, they're upping the stakes because they haven't got any money to spend. Boehly hasn't got any money with Egg Barley to spend for Chelsea in the transfer market. So now they're upping it at 48 grand. Fuck me, bro. Yeah, let's take this whole operation down. And people go, oh, why is Johnny get shadow banned? Why do I get shadow banned? I get shadow banned because I'm the only one exposing this relentlessly. Yeah, no one else is doing it. They won't do it because this is their job. This is their job. My job is to defend my club, to speak out about the agendas and and call out these vampires, expose these vampires who destroyed our football club, that are destroying football. That's my duty. That's what I stand for on my channel. I couldn't give a toss about clicks. I couldn't give a toss about getting shadow banned. So have it right. I just do what's right. That's what I stand for on my channel. And that's why I will continue to do it. And that's how you gain respect. That's how you gain respect. Not that I want respect. I don't give a shit, bruv. Yeah? I don't give a shit. So that was Ben Jacobs putting that out, and he had to. The Athletic now. Let's put the Athletic. Let's read the Athletic. It says, to the Chelsea Supporters Trust has written to Richard Masters, the Premier League's chief executive, regarding Todd Boehly's involvement with Vivid Seats. Boehly, a minority shareholder and chairman at Chelsea, is a director at Vivid Seats, a website that allows right. So they have put in, so their narrative is Boehly's a minority shareholder, so that they're trying to protect Clearlake here. They're trying to protect Blueco, and obviously Clearlake, who own the majority of Blueco with 62% or whatever it is. Yeah, all right. Why do you need to say he's a minority shareholder? Just say Boehly, and he's a chairman earning 20 million a year. You don't even put that at Chelsea. You see, they're showing their true agenda there. All right, siding with old Egg Barley. Let's have it right. And all these guys are in the pocket, by the way. Yeah. The American ticketing company is listed on the Premier League's website as an unauthorized ticket website, with the league urging fans to exercise extreme caution when using it, and other ticket exchange companies. All right. So that's them. We've got so the Athletic also put they reported on. I just want to just double check. Is there anyone else who's reported on it? Nizar Kinsella also put Sports Trust has also submitted evidence against Vivid Seats to the UK government, and the Sports Trust has asked the Premier League to act. All right, so where's Liam Turney? Where's David Ornstein? Has Fabrizio Romano, I want my chat to let me know, because I can't bear looking at Fabrizio Romano. Has Fabrizio Romano put anything out about this? I want to ask you lot the question, because he's very good at announcing here we goes for 16-year-olds from Kazakhstan and the two sporting kids for 72 million euros, and here we goes and noshing off. All right, as he reported on Vivid Seats, Fabrizio did not do anything. Facts in the pocket. Boom. Let's go. You just don't know. You just don't know when the minerals are going to land, bro. You just do not know where they're landing right now. So, for example, Nizaki said, Liam Turney, when I spoke to Liam Turney face to face, I said to him, when are you going to report on the Vivid Seats? And when are you going to report on the debt? They still haven't done it. They still haven't done it. Ben Jacobs hasn't reported on the debt. Nizaki said hasn't reported on the debt. They won't go near it because they're told not to. Now, because the Chelsea Supporters Trust has actually gone viral and put an official statement, got the FSA supporting them, who have also reported it, all right, to the chief of the FA and Premier League. Bosh! Everyone has to land it. That's why you don't fuck with the Minerals FC. Don't mess with me, yeah? Trust me. Boom. Bruv, come on. What are we doing here? Respect to all my ultras, man. Respect to all my ultras that support this channel. I need all the ultras to keep going, bruv. Yeah? Keep landing it, bruv. Yeah? Facts. So there you have it in a nutshell. Just like they all reported, these journalists, that the owners can't sell, and all the little brown envelopes say they can't sell the club. Well, Boehly was talking about being here for 16 to 20 years. No, you ain't, mate. Yeah, we don't want you lot here for 16, 20 years. They are desperate for a stadium rebuild. Without the stadium rebuild, their whole project collapses. You take Vivid Seats out of them, out of Blueco and Boehly, and you eliminate Boehly from Blueco, and you take Vivid Seats out of that, you are what? You're taking another key component that generates revenue that they need desperately. They haven't got time to build a stadium. They need to generate money quick, bruv. They got to repay back those loans on high interest rates. And they can't go and buy players without selling players. So how are you going to justify selling all these players when you're telling us to trust the process, and all these players are here for the long contracts to evolve, and we're evolving as a team? We ain't evolving, bruv. You are evolving with trying to pay back your debt and conning an entire fan base. And we're not competitive. And we're in 3 years and we're still trying to just get top 4, which isn't the target, apparently. Bruv, mate. Yeah? I got these lot by the short and curlies, bruv. I got everyone by the short and curlies. And they know it. They all know it. So all you journalists, now you've got to write the truth. Now you've got to do your job by fucking obligation. Yeah? And there's nothing Boehly can do about it. I bet Boehly's on the burner to all his suits and boots and his legal firms, bruv. Yeah? As is Ed Barley. I'm sure they'll be on it soon as well with what's coming. Trust me, bruv. Yeah? Trust me. Yeah? So when you talk about a protest ain't going to do nothing, yeah? The two protests, Stop Exploiting Loyalty with West Ham of 20 people attendance, fucking landed it after myself and Eunice exposing Vivid Seats, to then lead on to what? A full-on protest of 500 Chelsea supporters attending. Yeah? We should have been thousands. But this fan base is divided. It's got no backbone right now. Yeah? And up to this point, Chelsea Supporters Trust had no backbone. Yeah? Now, they've done the right thing. But I'm still calling out the Chelsea Supporters Trust. Where is the protest? I don't want just Vivid Seats gone. I want the ownership gone. We want them out. Win, lose or draw, I want them out. They're killing our football club. They're only interested in real estate. They're only interested in maximising profits. They are not building a team. Everyone's going, oh yeah, we need to build a stadium elsewhere and this and that. And the CPO is stopping us, right? Shut up. The CPO are protecting the heritage of Chelsea. Yeah? These lot are sucking the soul out of Chelsea with all you new Gen Z supporters that most of you talking about moving stadium don't even fucking go to stadium. So you ain't got a right to speak. Yeah? Facts. And if you ain't got a CPO share, you ain't got a right to speak. Yeah? Let's just land that one right now. You can shut up. No one values your opinion. Your opinion means nothing. Yeah? All that woke nonsense needs to get in the bin, bruv. Yeah? I'm telling you now, it needs to get in the bin. You lot want them to build a stadium. These clowns can't even build us a first team. And you trust them to build a stadium. Mate. Eyes wide shut merchants, the lot of you. The lot of you. Yeah? You think key thing the Chelsea supporters said, they have broken trust. So where do you think the Chelsea pitch owners are going to trust, and the Chelsea Sports Trust are going to trust Blueco to relocate and build a stadium? Do you trust them to go in the transfer market in the 7th transfer window, where they're using Ornstein to tell us give it 7 transfer windows to judge this team, not 4? I told you 4, but now it's 7. And we are looking for a striker, but then we got Tupic Jacobs broadcasting, oh, Jackson. We got all the usual Twitter accounts putting, oh, Nicholas Jackson's back in training now, doing training. Oh, great, fantastic. He ain't elite. He ain't going to save us. He went on an 8-game goalless streak. Yeah, did nothing. Misses sitters, scores 1 in 3 games like Delap. And he's like, want to buy Delap. Yeah, which brings me on to a striker. Everyone saw Osimhen yesterday. Everyone was going, don't buy Osimhen. All these same wrongers were going, don't buy Osimhen because it will hinder and stop the development of Jackson. And now you want Victor Osimhen. Everyone's like, oh, Goldfish goes, what does he say? Something like, I see, oh, first day of the transfer window, Osimhen has to be signed. Let me lay fucking plain English, bruv. Because I think people just think I'm talking Chinese or I'm talking Italian. I'm talking all different languages, bruv. Yeah. Like I'm not talking English, bruv. Yeah. I'm going to talk it how it should be spoken right now. Yeah. All right. Victor Osimhen, as Jason Victor Cundy said, oh, that ship sailed, Johnny. It sailed a long time ago. I can confirm there is no chance Victor Osimhen is going to sign for Chelsea ever. He ain't signing for us. We cannot afford him. And we had the chance and they blew it. He's not coming. So forget it. You can draw him off the list. Gyökeres. Oh, let's see if Gyökeres comes, shall we? Because the reality is it's going to be a Sesko Dilap. And we've got to sell 11 players to do that deal. So you lot were on your knees for Osimhen yesterday, yeah? You've been on your knees for Osimhen because he's banging goals left, right and centre. We've got Pajamash going, oh, he's proven in multiple leagues. Where were you now, mate? Where are you all now? You're in the fucking mud. You have no idea, do you? And you still don't learn. You still do not learn. And that's why I say I want you all to suffer. You know? You're witnessing Thomas Tuchel, elite gaffer, learning the fucking minerals, yeah? Playing players where they should be, playing the system. Everyone's going, oh, Tuchel plays the same system as Enzo Maresca. No, he don't. No, he don't, bruv. These lot are propping Enzo Maresca. They're propping all these players we got, yeah? They're saying we got this player, that player. They were propping Sancho, bruv. Let's talk about Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho, there's a penalty fee. Now, I heard the penalty fee's around 11, 12 million, bruv. All right. Ornstein had to come out and go, oh, by the way, it's 5 million. Do I believe it's 5 million? No, because even if it was a loan deal, yeah, and you want to cut it short, right? You want to cut this deal. It's not going to be a 5 million loan fee. Yeah. When we signed Joao Felix on loan for 6 months, it would cost us 11 million. Joao Felix is on similar wages to Jadon Sancho at Man United. So I would be working on them fingers. Yeah. The ultimate decision is now, well, do we keep him or do we sell him? Now that's the debate. Well, I never wanted him, really. I don't really want him. I don't rate him. I thought it'd be better than what we got, and he ain't. He really ain't. His mentality's gone. He wants to go back to Dortmund. Apparently he wants to go back to Dortmund. And it broke out by someone who reports on Borussia Dortmund. Says, we cannot confirm that yet about Jadon Sancho's return to Dortmund. He says, our talks have been reached. Our talks haven't reached that stage. What we know is that Jadon is still keeps a close eye on Dortmund. He had his best years there. But even if he wants to return, the real question is, what does Borussia Dortmund want? Berger says he is not a priority for Borussia Dortmund, especially not in the position. Dortmund already have Duraville, Adeyemi and Gittins. Now, Gittins we were reported with, so maybe what Chelsea's strategy will be, knowing these clowns, is that they will pay the 25 million for Jadon Sancho and do a trade deal to bring in an Adeyemi or a Gittins. Let's have it right. Facts. Though Gittins is a valuable asset who might leave in the future, they also have a Bia who can play that in that role. There is simply no urgent need for Sancho at the moment. The buyout option is around 32 million to 35 million euros right now. It's not an active discussion because it would cost an enormous amount of money. Of course, the situation around Jadon remains interesting and is being monitored. On top of that, his salary is in the double-digit million range. There we go. Facts. He's on over 300 grand a week. So Dortmund ain't going to match that. All right. Also, you remember Sergeant Ratcliffe, rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat, in the mud, all right, taking the brunt for the Glazers. He said, we still owe 70 million to Dortmund. They're relying on that 25 million from Chelsea to pay 70 million out of that 25 million to Dortmund to pay for Sancho. Do you think Dortmund are going to pay Chelsea or Man United the fee for Jadon Sancho? It might work with Man United. They might say, well, we'll pay you 20 million. So you just pay it. We just pay you 3 million because you owe 17 million. However it works. The reality is the wages. That's why Blueco don't want Jadon Sancho to stay, because his wages will not be reduced under the players' consent. Facts. So this was a PR stunt to make the fan base believe we're looking at some sort of experience of young players and quality. And Jadon Sancho's come home. No, he's a freedom fighter. But he doesn't look so free right now, does he? In fact, he's all locked up. And he could be locked up with Blueco. He wants out of Blueco, bruv. Yeah? Enzo Fernandez wants out of Blueco. Yeah? Cole Palmer will want out. Probably wants out now. Let's have it right. There's plenty of players that want out. Which brings me on to the fact that Jadon Sancho is not good enough. He doesn't fall. He's had 4 shots on target since he's joined us. He's hardly got what? Any GA more than those fingers on my hand. Yeah? All right? And I'm only doing one hand here. So have it right. And he's just been piss poor. And I don't blame it to an extent, because the environment at Chelsea is the problem. It's not a football environment. It's not a cultured winning environment. It's a money-making stock market. That's what it is. So it is, send him. Get rid of him. I don't want him. I don't rate him. Send him to Bundesliga, mate. Yeah, facts. So let's talk about Mudueke, because it broke out of Mudueke today via Alex Crook on TalkSport. Newcastle and Aston Villa are keeping an eye on the situation of Noni Mudueke. Chelsea could opt to cash in to fund new summer signings. Also says, I think that's the main thing, actually, on Noni. Let me just have a look. Let me just have a quick butchers. Before I say that, actually, I forgot this. Chelsea's position on Sancho. Full focus on securing Champions League football and getting the best of Sancho in the final months. Then they'll decide if they want to buy him for 25 million or send him back to Manchester United for 5 million. That's Fabrizio Romano. So Fabrizio Romano will tweet about that nonsense, yeah? All right? But won't tweet about the fact that Chelsea Supporters Trust have reported Boehly on Vivid Seats. Oof, I love landing it. I love mudding that wrong, and bruv. He's a tapping merchant. He's trying to shoot outside the box doing top bins now. He's just a PR agent, to have it right. So that's that. Really on Sancho, they're trying to mask the reality that they don't want him. They really don't want him. Chelsea are quite happy with Jadon Sancho, and the player is happy at Chelsea. He would love to stay, but it depends on what happens in the next months. Focused on the now, but we'll assess before the Club World Cup. That's Fabrizio Romano again. So PR in Jadon Sancho. Back to Noni Mudueke, because I don't want to get sidetracked. Yeah. Noni Mudueke. Yeah. They tried to sell him last summer to Newcastle, funny enough, for 40 million. And they will try and sell him again. And they'll sell him to a competitor, a rival competitor. Newcastle are there competing with us to strengthen them, to allow Noni Mudueke to develop even more. So what does that tell you? Chelsea are a stepping stone club now. We're a farming fucking club. So when are you going to wake up? When? When are you going to wake up? The recruitment policy, the quality of signings. And Mudueke, I don't even rate him, bruv. I never have, and I never will. He looks like a flat-foot grasshopper doing step-overs, bruv. Yeah? On speed. He just doesn't have that natural ability for me. I just don't rate him. And to be honest with you, yeah, the fact that you had Enzo Maresca coming out going, oh, we've missed Mudueke, we've missed Jackson's goals when they have hardly scored for us. Yeah. But Cole Palmer's the one we really miss. And he's been missing he's been fucking frozen, bruv. Yeah. Like Demolition Man. We're waiting for him to fucking break through. We don't know what's going to happen, bruv. Let's get the pitchfork out, bruv. All the ultras, we need the pitchfork it out, bruv. So that we can free Cole Palmer, bruv. Yeah? Free him out, bruv. Maybe you should take a leaf out of Jadon Sancho's book and do some freedom fighting. Fuck knows. But Mudueke, bruv, the reality is they will sell him. They will sell him. Also, I did let you all know there's clauses in the contracts with a lot of players I've mentioned where they can get out if they want. They're not locked in for 8 years. That's a fugazi, bruv. That's a fugazi, bruv. Yeah. Salute to CFC Stephen, bruv. Salute to you, my geezer. Cole Palmer, doubted for Spurs. Doubted for Spurs. Interesting. I wonder why. So we're going from that. So Mudueke is getting treated like shit, really. Let's have it right. They're trying to relying on Jackson. So we're going to go for another season of Jackson until they get an offer for Jackson. But who's really buying? Who's buying any of these players? Who really wants to buy these players? We've got Esteval William, Pires coming in. We've bought that other midfielder. We've got Andre Santos and all that PR about him staying, or maybe he's going to get sold and whatnot. And Simon Johnson, let's not forget from the Flex that he's definitely staying. Well, let's see. Let's see if he stays, because he's not going to play minutes if we've got Enzo Fernandez and we've got Casado and Lavia all playing, bruv. But I want to address this about player treatment. Ben Chilwell, this is Nizar Kinsella today, finally doing his fucking job. Or no, he's not really, because Ben Chilwell spoke to ITV Sport, so he has to put it out. This is what I'm saying. They don't do it on their own accord. Ben Chilwell to ITV Sport on Chelsea. Was this deleted by ITV? I was trained. This is what he said. I was training by myself a lot of the days. You're not involved in the match day squads, and you kind of just wait for the opportunity for when you're going to go somewhere. If you go somewhere in January and you're miles off the pace, you've got to put the work in. The only person who's losing out is you. Training by yourself a lot for a number of months isn't easy, but I think the only thing that was keeping me going was when I knew I was going to go somewhere. Whether that was January or the end of the season, these past 4 or 5 months have given me the opportunity to mentally and physically realign, refocus and reset to go again. There were a lot of circumstances at Chelsea that were not in my control, which I completely respect, but the things I could control was how I came into training every day and how I trained, whether it was by myself or with the group. That is the reflection on myself. Salute to Ben Chilwell, who's won the European Cup with Chelsea, Champions League, pivotal. In fact, he was the pre-assist. He was the pre-assist to Mason Mount for Kai Havertz's goal to win the Champions League. He's won the Club World Cup, the Super Cup. He's been with Chelsea under Thomas Tuchel. We were flying, bruv, playing wing back. He was probably the best wing back, best left back in the Premier League when he was fit. Enzo Maresca told us he was ill for a long period of time. Well, Ben Chilwell's telling you, when I told you he wasn't ill, he wasn't ill. He was training on his own in isolation, because these fucking clowns, that's how they treat these players that have delivered at our football club. And the only reason they're doing it is to exile him because he's on over 200 grand a week. That is all it is. Yeah. Fuck you, Boehly. Yeah. Fuck you. Fuck you, Win Stanley, Stuart Little. You disgrace, man. I want you all gone. Do you understand me? I ain't going to stop, man. The more and more I hear things like this, it's disgraceful how you treat our players, bruv, that are delivered at our football club. And he's better than Cucurella, bruv. I don't care what you tell me. Chilwell is better than Cucurella. All right? Cucurella's been all right. I'm not disputing that. Chilwell is clear, bruv. Fucking clear, bruv. Yeah? You put him in any decent team, fit Ben Chilwell, fucking elite, bruv. Yeah? Top player, top professional. Love Chelsea, bruv. Yeah? Even lost his old man in a period. All right? He was really going for it. And look at how these clowns are treating him. It's disgusting. But that's how they treat all players. If you don't do as you're told, if you don't go where they want you to go, because they just see you as a figure, as a number, because they're accountants, yeah? All right? They just want you gone. And if you don't, like they treated, let's remind everyone how they treated Trev Chalobah. All right, he wouldn't move to a club that they wanted him to go to because he didn't want to go to that club. Who was the club? Was it someone like Bournemouth? I can't remember. It was a low level club. It might not have been Bournemouth, yeah. All right, but what did they do? They exiled him from pre-season tour, but they took Sterling who they wanted off the books. They took Broha, they took Cassidy, they took all these fucking players that they ended up getting rid of anyway. How many players they got rid of that went pre-season, bruv? Yeah, so have it right. And then what did they do? They made him train with the under 23s, yeah. And then they said in the PR, he doesn't suit Enzo Maresca's style, yeah. Doesn't see it the way he sees it. So he goes on loan at Crystal Palace only for these mid-directors because they ain't got no money to spend to buy more dross midfield defenders like Disasi and Badashile and fucking injured no-knees Fofana and all these players that they brought and based the whole defence with Colwill, bruv, who ain't even fucking top level, bruv. I don't care what you tell me, yeah? All right? He ain't nowhere near the levels that we've had of a Reece James. He ain't nowhere near Reece James level, bruv. Or when we brought through Mason Mount. No fucking way, bruv. Yeah? He was playing at Brighton, mate. He was playing elsewhere because he couldn't get nowhere near the Champions League squad. Do you understand me? If he's that fucking good. All right? So, they brought him back, didn't they? And muddied themselves. And people were going, oh, get rid of Chalobah. And now they're on their knees going, oh, Chalobah actually is our best defender. He's our best central defender. It's a disgrace, bruv. It's an absolute disgrace. And people just accept this. They're fickle. The supporters are fickle. Yeah? I'm not results-based driven. Yeah? When we were winning at the start of the season, what was I doing, Ultras? Tell everyone what I was doing. I was streaming every time. Videos every time. And what happens? I was real with everything. All the red flags were there. And I knew what was coming. Because I know football. This team's not built to win trophies. This squad is not built to win trophies and compete. This squad is built to generate money, profit. All these players, when we dig out games in that early part of the season, was based upon individual brilliance. Cole Palmer predominantly, having to score 2 goals, 4 goals, outscore teams because we concede. We leak more than Bonnie Blue, bruv. Yeah? Apparently, Bonnie Blue, some geezer goes, oh, her holes are open, but her heart is mine. I mean, what a fucking deluded melt that geezer is, bruv. Fuck me, man. People gone. This society's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Absolutely gone. I'd love to talk about all that stuff. You know, I'd love to talk about all that. But freedom of speech ain't really so free right now. It ain't free right now. But let's have it right. We had to move to Rumble, didn't we? Because we got absolutely obliterated. They robbed over 1,000 subscribers from me. All right. And they were killing the channel. But that only lasts for a certain period. You can't do it forever. You know what I'm saying? So let's have it right. As I was continuing to say, right? Because I've been fucking... I say it as it is. That's me to a T. I've got no reason to lie to anyone. I've got no reason to lie, bruv, whatsoever. But you didn't get an elite gaffer. We've got a mid manager, unproven, inexperienced. We've got a squad based on individuals. They're not assembling a team. They're not building with a manager for footballing reasons. Yet they're trying to say Enzo Maresca, they're his signings. They're not. They're not Pochettino's. They're not Potter's. It's clear as day. You can see that. The ownership even briefed all the journalists to let you all know at the start when they were recruiting Enzo Maresca before that. They said they want a manager that can be given the squad of players, pool of players. The pool of players that look like Michael Barrymore's swimming pool, bruv. Yeah? And no one wants to go near it and pay the prices that they want to sell these players. So they're in a bit of a pickle. Yeah? 8-year contracts, fantastic for these lot. Yeah, spreading the payments. But you're in the mud when in terms of trying to sell them, bruv. Yeah? Because you're trying to advertise them there. But anyway, these players are not, you cannot tell me you're building to compete with an average age of the youngest average age in the Premier League ever. And you're not buying any experience or world-class players, and you haven't built a spine, and you've got no intention to build a spine. Tupic Jacobs came out today. They're very happy with the goalkeepers. They've got Sanchez, they've got Penders coming through the new Courtois, they've got Petrovic, they've got Jorgensen. Yeah, we've got about 10 goalkeepers. They're not fucking good enough. Yeah? So they're not going to buy a new goalkeeper. They haven't got the money to. I told you, the money's gone. We're a sell to buy club now. Yeah, I've been saying it for months. Sadly, people only listen when it's too late. But let's have it right. This project's not for football. This is a money-making project. And they're even struggling with that. Now I want to play this. Are you ready? I want to play this. So big up to everyone. Smash that like button. We should have 300 likes already, bruv. Let's not muck around here. This is Simon Jordan.
And that will find its way to the surface. But whether they have diverging agendas or converging agendas, there's always going to be differences of opinion. It's not about having differences of opinion, it's about how you react to them. It's if you become entrenched in ideologies or the principle of who is at the front of the queue. I don't know the personalities. I spent a bit of time with Todd. I don't know Boehly. Various people I know that are...
He spent a bit of time with Todd, old Simon Jordan, sorry.
Representing Chelsea or working with them, and there's opportunities for me to perhaps go and watch Chelsea games and get myself involved in that sort of framework if I wanted to, in terms of having discussions with these sort of guys. But I've always believed that the Chelsea project is a very interesting one. It's a very different one. All the criticism that's been laid at the door.
It's a very interesting one, a very different one. Yeah, exactly. It's never been proven in the history of football. It's an unproven model, and it's a money-making model. All right. They're here to change the model. And this fucking Joe 90 here has been brown-nosing Meatloaf Boehly, protecting him, all right, and protecting Blue Co, yeah, for one reason only. This guy's met him. He's met Boehly, bruv. He wants to actually, if you heard him, says he's open to having conversations with them.
About the decisions that he's made. Time with Todd. I don't know Boehly. Various people I know that are... If you become entrenched in ideologies or the principle of who is at the front of the queue. I don't know the personalities. I spent a bit of time with Todd. I don't know Boehly. Various people I know that are representing Chelsea or working with them, and there's opportunities for me to perhaps go and watch Chelsea games and get myself involved in that sort of framework if I wanted to, in terms of having discussions with these sort of guys. But I've always believed that the Chelsea project is a very interesting one. It's a very different one. All the criticism that's been laid at the door of Boehly about the decisions that he's made have been made by people that don't have the understanding of what great wealth does. And it
doesn't have the understanding of what great wealth does. Yeah, it's all about wealth because he's a billionaire and because he's into all the global franchising. He wants to change the blueprint of football. And he's so right. Like, all these billionaires think that they're right. These types of billionaires, these types of American owners, as Jim White says on TalkSport, the American owners, because they are American owners. An American owner and a billionaire, and billionaires will go, they'll keep getting things wrong, but they'll say, we'll just keep doing it until we get it right, because eventually we'll get it right, even though it ain't going to get right. Yeah? And this Joe 90 is sponsoring them, which exposes why he's a brown envelope. And he was coming at the Chelsea supporters when we had the Clown Lake stickers. He was calling us morons. He was calling Chelsea supporters plastic. He was coming at the Chelsea supporters trust. He was coming at all the supporters because he's in favour of owners. But why? Because he wants to get in bed with them. He's pitching to them right now. But listen to this.
As a time to build things, and we live in a micromanaged world where the next game counts. If you lose the next game, you're a disaster. Yeah. He's not worried about that. I mean, with all due respect, Simon, I've always believed that the Chelsea project is a very interesting one. It's a very different one. All the criticism that's been laid at the door of Boehly about the decisions that he's made have been made by people that don't have the understanding of what great wealth does. And it has a time to build things, and we live in a micromanaged world where the next game counts. If you lose the next game, you're a disaster. Yeah. He's not worried about that. I mean, with all due respect.
He's not worried about footballing at all. They don't care about results. They actually do not give a shit. The only results they care about is Champions League football because that will generate the money that they need. And they're happy for us to be an Arsenal football club and just get Champions League trophy. They don't care about winning. As long as their model is working, the mechanics are running smoothly so that the profits can come in and they can build a stadium and Vivid Seats is operating and all their mechanics are coming together to generate money because they're billionaires. That's all they care about. And this guy's propping that, by the way. And Simon Jordan is a failed club owner. Facts.
Beck, Simon, you had wealth, yes.
Oh, no.
And still
I'm a
this
waiter.
lot
Yeah,
in a different stratosphere.
I'm a waiter by comparison economically, even at my pomp, even at my height. And these guys have huge amounts of capital available to them, not just private wealth of their own, but access to capital, which is as important as having capital in and of your own wealth. Chelsea.
Would you get involved with them?
Well, no, I'm not involved with them commercially. Involved with them to have discussions because they like some of the things that have been written. They pay attention to some of the things I've said about them.
They like some of the things that have been written. They pay attention to things I say. So he's pitching to them, but he's also letting you all know that he's calling us a manufactured club, trying to mock us, calling us a plastic club, and try and mud and with his agenda on Roman Abramovich to side with these wrongers who've got an agenda on Roman, who are trying to mud Roman when there'll never be a fucking Don Roman. This guy definitely won't be a Don Roman. Simon, Joe 90, Jordan, yeah? And this guy's just openly letting you all know that they are watching and listening, are happy with what he says and what he does because he's pro Blueco. So fuck him, yeah? Fuck the failed owner, Joe 90, bruv, yeah? On Blueco's puppet strings because he just wants to get in bed with them. He wants to actually be an advisor for them because he wants pound notes. Because do you know what? From being a failed club owner, having the 1-to-1 and the future's bright and the future's orange like he looks, yeah, bruv. And the fact that the media used to mug him off about him looking like a tango. He's just been tango because he's obviously fake tanning, yeah, all right? This guy used to come up with journalists for him to be a journalist, to be a fucking brown envelope. And now he's trying to get back on the snakes and ladders, merchant as he is, to try and get back into bed with the billionaires because he's not generating enough money. What a disgrace. And then he'll be in the pocket like he already is for Blueco.
And that doesn't give me any cachet or kudos. It's just an observation.
I get that, but would you be motivated to have a chat with these guys?
Not. Yeah, yes and no, just out of maudlin interest. In the same way that I was motivated.
I'm going to try and sound like, you know, I'm not really bothered, but yeah, I would actually. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you would. Oh, Boehly, you're so. Let me get my encyclopedia out, my dictionary, and let's suck you off 24/7 on TalkSport and on my articles. And I'm so fucking intellectual. I'm so fucking good at brown nosing you, sucking you off. Jog on, Joe 90, mate. Yeah, fucking puppet.
Talking to Todd Boehly in Qatar because these guys are influential people. Chelsea's whilst I consider it to be a manufactured football club, much to the irritation of Chelsea fans, is a big.
Yeah, manufactured. What are you then, fucking hell, bruv? You're just a brown envelope. Sell out. He's basically letting Blueco and Boehly go, I sell my soul for the pound note. That's what he's saying.
Football club now in terms of the scale that Roman Abramovich gave it. And so it's interesting.
It's gaining insight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Successful people, if you can't take something away from a conversation with somebody so successful, then you're not listening.
Well, they ain't successful at Chelsea. So it's not about that. Simon, Joe 90, Jordan, wants to be part of the new sport project. The changing of the pyramid. The fabric of football. And this guy wants to be part of it. He wants to sit at the table with them. Yeah? He wants to sit at the table with them. Yeah? Get in a bed with the devil. Let's have it right. You have to accept what comes his way. There'll be that serpent seed shooting right up your rectum, mate. Yeah? When the time's right. Once they've used you, bruv. Like I'd used Johnny.
One of those environments where you've got 2 ears, 2 eyes and 1 mouth, right? Mm-hmm. So you listen to what these people have to say, and then when you sit on a radio station with most people that don't know what they're talking about, you might have a nugget of knowing something what you are talking about.
Present company.
Excluded,
of course.
Wow. So, thank you very much for exposing that they've got the whole game tapped up. Yeah? They've got TalkSport, they've got ITV, they've got BBC, they've got Nizar Kinsella, they've got Matt Law, they've got Ben Jacobs, who's the cousin of Goldstein, their board of directors at Chelsea, who's, you know what I mean, they're related, yeah, I'll keep saying it. Thank you, Simon Fitz, for reporting that, doing your fucking job for once, because he told us, they're scrapping the under-24 model. No, they ain't, yeah, bangers mash waffle. Paulstein, Fabrizio Romano, stays well clear of all that. Stays well clear. Sky Sports, radio platforms. Who else we got? The Athletic, the Pathletic. and everyone under their roster. Let's have it right. So yeah, they're all sellouts, mate. All of them. Not us. We're not sellouts, bruv. We're not sellouts. But let everyone know. Clown Lake stickers, vivid seats, protests. Who influences these things? There's only one in the game. Slim Minnell Shady, bruv. Yeah? 8 Mile. Spitting on that mic. Yeah? That's where we are, ultras. It's exactly where we are right now. Yeah? It's exactly where we are. That's a disgrace, that is. It's an absolute disgrace. But thank you for exposing the truth. It's absolute facts that he's just let us all know he wants a job. He's been doing their job, to be honest. So when I call these lot brown envelopes, I don't do it for no reason. I do it because it's truth. There's a reason for it, bruv. Yeah? But always remember, they withhold information.
Well, we do leave stuff out, Todd. And if I wrote everything I knew, you'd be in big trouble.
And they PR for them.
So a lot of players are directly testing, or I'm testing them too sometimes, to ask information. Or sometimes they tell me, please, can you say something about me because I want to leave the club? So yes, it's happening. And it's something strange. It feels still strange to me, but sometimes also big names are texting and they want to receive information or share information. So this is the new era of the transfer market, probably.
And like Toothpick Jacobs, Matt Law, and Fabrizio Romano, they do a bit of this as well.
So welcome back to the channel, guys. And today, as you can see, we have got the Lionel Messi of football journalism on the channel.
And they can do this as well.
Some people will be like, Benson, shut up. You're an armchair fan. You live the other side of the world and you brown envelopes from the club. First things first. No, I'm not. This is all just flipping rubbish that people come out with because they've got no legitimate argument to come at and say, like, they disagree with an opinion or whatever. It's just cheap. It's pathetic. Either way, I can come out and say this because I've been paid by Chelsea Football Club at times to work on certain projects. And I can tell you now, there is certain things that you just can't say about Chelsea, specifically painting the club in any kind of negative light. So the intentions of painting Chelsea Football Club in the best light possible, even if we're losing on the pitch and even if the owners don't know what they're doing and they're alienating the fan base. That's the truth.
Well, we do leave stuff out, Todd. And if I wrote everything I knew, you'd be in big trouble.
So don't tell me, yeah? Don't tell me. Yeah? Let's have it right. They got the whole game tapped up. And everyone has their role to play. And everyone's played their role in the downfall of Chelsea Football Club. And it will go one step further in the downfall of football. So when I say cut the cancer out and the cancer's blue coat, I ain't saying that for no reason. Let's have it right. So, just know, yeah, just know where it all comes from. Yeah, because we really hope you're all doing really, really good today. Yeah, from top to bottom, rotten. Let me remind you, we've got Siri Merchant and Feliciano Clear Lake Capital, AI Scouting, Mid Directors, Brighton Model. Boehly says that the club wasn't managed very well on a sporting level, financial level, data level, and marketing level. Yeah, said that Brighton's the best run club in the Premier League, right? And it uses 10% of the top clubs, big clubs, payroll. Yeah, doesn't want to buy experience. Will not. It's got no resale value. Wants to beachhead, multi-club, streamline. Feliciano said it's more important to build business value than win or lose on the field. All right. Facts. They said it. Milo Boehly, Vivid Seats, chairman, earning 20 million a year. Co-owner, conflict of interest. All right. What does he say? 443. It's exactly as we drew it up. We're on course. Be patient. We're shocked with the competitiveness of the Premier League, but we're so great. We're so happy to be in the Premier League because of its competitiveness when it ain't competitive, and they're not making us competitive. All right. Wants to build a stadium. Yeah. Talks about North and South, the All-Stars game, generate football, changing the pyramid and the fabric of football. Yeah. Told us and thought that there was no relegation in the Premier League. Also thought that we automatically qualified for Champions League and told us we would win 3-0 at the Bernabeu. Right? On Sky Sports. Yeah? Then we got Wiz, whose main prerogative to buy Chelsea Football Club was his driven agenda to buy Chelsea Football Club was his dislike for Roman Abramovich. This guy is a serious piece of work. Yeah, he's actually richer than all of them. And on top of that, Mark Waters, who owns a hockey league, is teaming up with me like Boehly to change with a sports empire and a whole new model to monopolize sports of every sport, on every entertainment business. Yeah, facts, right? And on top of all of that, they've broken up everything under Blue Co. They've broken everything of Chelsea, all the assets. Hotel, separate company. Car park, separate. Cobham training ground, separate company. Women's team, Strasbourg, Chelsea Football Club. Everything they put in, everything's there. It's all the components. But the one key component that dictates everything that they do and they have to do with the model, and it trickles down to footballing and everything. It's a yes man model. Why? Because the project's not for football. The project is to generate money so that everyone can get a 3 times return on their investment. And starting with the number one priority, Ares Management, 500 million loan on 30% interest rate, and the syndicate bank loans, JP Morgan, Bank of America on 7.7% interest based on Sonia. Bosh! That's how you land the minerals and speak the facts. And to enable them to get away with this, they've got Matt Law, Paulstein, Fabrizio Romano, Ben Jacobs, Nizaki Tiller, every single platform. Alex Goldfish, who we cut his snake's head off because, let's have it right, he let us all know that he's messaged the owner and he's messaged the directors to advise them not to buy Garnacho. I caught him and muddied him, and then he wants to flip the script, but he can't because he's related to one of the board directors at Chelsea. Like Ben Jacobs is cousins with one of the board directors, Goldstein, at Chelsea. Let's have it right. And then we've got all the blue ticks, copy and paste merchants, all the YouTube channels, all linked up. And now we've got Simon Jordan on TalkSport and every major media platform, all in the fucking pockets of this Blue Co Clown Lake agenda. And we are the only ones who stand here with our fucking chins up, yeah, militant, with no surrender mentality to call it all out. And we will continue to do that because this is an absolute destruction of our football club and will be the destruction of football if we do not cut this cancer out. And that is where I leave it, bruv. Yeah. And that is where we will continue, bruv. Yeah. Everyone is bought in the game. Everyone's bought. Obviously, Eunice, bruv, Gunny, Ultras, bruv. Come on. What we doing here? Yeah. Real ones. And that's it. As far as I'm concerned, everyone else is just pony, jellyfish, scared. Well, then what do we do it for? What's the whole point? When I look at, I want to give you something. When you watch all these people do tier listing and all that, what do they base it on? How they create content? What it looks like? Oh, they're popping this. They do this. They're generating great numbers and clicks. That's what it's all about. That's all they care about. They don't care about their clubs, truly. It's a fucking job for them, like it is for the journalists, like it is for the wannabe journalists, the copy and paste merchants. That's what it is. But do you know what I am? I'm in my own fucking lane. I'm on my own list, tier of elite fucking generational minerals, yeah? That's where I am. And that's where I will stay because I'm not a sellout. I'm not dictated by clicks. I'm not dictated by financials. I'm not dictated by anyone. I'm self-made on here. We're independent, bruv. Yeah? So, You lot stay in your circles and stay in your lanes of dross and all your little wishy-washy agendas and your shit football opinions. The reality is, you don't talk what I talk because you ain't got the minerals to talk what I talk. You do not have the fucking minerals to talk the talk I talk. This ownership blue code don't have the minerals to run our elite football club, Chelsea. These journalists don't have the fucking minerals to speak the truth. These platforms don't have the minerals to speak the truth. Yeah? Well, we do on here. And that's where we land it, bruv. I want everyone to smash that like button. I want everyone to smash the subscribe button. Smash everything, bruv. Anything in sight, especially the blue code toxic positivity merchants. Smash them all, bruv. Yeah? Was that 6 things I just landed? Oh, wow. Was it? Nah. You might have to go back and count. Let's have it right. Big up to everyone in here. Yeah? All my ultras. I haven't even run through the super minerals. Fucking hell. I didn't even fucking see. Big up to Brian. He says, Clown Lakes Consortium, blue coat out, bin clowns. Facts. Love to you, Brian. Big up to Chelsea Empire. My geezer. Hope you're staying strong, my man. Stay strong, bro. He says, big up to you, Johnny. Every time these clowns buy kids, they start talking about the stadium situation. There are tweets going back 3 years on the same topic, and else caught lies. Fuck the PR and blue coat. And let's have it right. If they're so intent and determined to buy an elite striker, then why are you buying 2 sporting kids and one of them ain't going to come for a year, the other one's unproven, for 74 million quid when you could buy an Osimhen for less than that, but you won't pay the wages? That's the reality, bruv. The project's not for football. It's for making that. Big up to Bartek Minerals FC Ultra for 11 months. Salute to you, my geezer. Day one Ultra, bruv. He says, the way Boehly speaks infuriates me. Always about data value, never about winning trophies. They've showed they won't change. Get them out. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Facts. They never talk about winning. Nothing. Everything they talk about is financial, profit, model, change the game, generate more income, generate a bigger fan base. Why? Because it makes more money. But yet they can't even get a shirt sponsor. So they're doing a shit job. They can't even build a first team. They can't even build a squad of players. They're definitely going to be rebuilding no stadium, bruv. Let's have it right. He's a wrong un, mate. He'll always be Meatloaf. Don't ever forget when we first called him Meatloaf Boehly. I would do anything for pound notes and experience. We ain't buying that. Do you remember he cut his hair? I have to show everyone. I mean, obviously, everyone knows anyway, bruv. My ultras know. But this was the before when we called him Meatloaf. Yeah. And the after, you've seen what he looks like now. You know what I'm saying, bruv? Yeah. Trust me. Big up to Brian. He says, land Don Roman twice on his tier list of dweebs. Yeah, let's go. Oh, Don Roman. No one will mother Don Roman. Salute, bruv. Big up to Swiss Daniel. Lovely to see you in here again, my geez. He says, evening Minerals. Did you see the Chelsea FC 120 year 11 all-time 11? Do you know what's funny? Boehly goes, oh, well, you know, it's Chelsea's 120 years, you know, we're doing really well. And, you know, he says, what did he say? What was that part he said? Oh, fuck me. I did a whole reaction to it as well. He was saying something about the evolution, wasn't it? Or I can't remember what it was. But anyway, the point is this. We were Club World Cup champions, world champions, when these lot bought our football club. And now he's promoting our 120-year anniversary with the heritage that they fucking just don't give a shit about. But I did see the 11. I was actually a bit shocked to not see Carvalho in there. I can't lie. I do love Thiago Silva, but I think Carvalho, because of the only conceding 15 goals all season, that record, I think Carvalho's got to go in there. Essien weren't in there, who I think would have got in there, but it's hard with a front three because I love Robin, but I mean, listen, that's the standards at Chelsea, and all those players. What are they? Don Roman era? I think they are, aren't they? Apart from Zola, I think Zola. You could have had an argument for Ivanovic as well instead of Asby, but Asby won it all. Let's have it right. But I thought it was a very strong team. Yeah, I do. But they're probably the few that I would mention that weren't in there. Big up to Chelsea Empire. And let's have it right. If Mason Mount was still at Chelsea, I'll put him in my all-time 11 because of what he'd done, winning us that second Champions League, that assist, biggest open play assist. I can't put him in there now because he's gone. They forced him out. They exiled him. And people still to this day believe that he was forced himself out. No. Mate, all my streams tell you the true story, bruv. Yeah, all the facts. And I only speak the truth. I don't waffle. Big up Chelsea Empire says, I'll never give up my CPO share. Keep landing it, Johnny. Fuck the flip-flop merchants. We will keep landing on our end. No surrender. Salute to you, my geezer. And big up to everyone in here, man. Respect to everyone in here. Respect to it. Yeah, they didn't even have Suggs in the video of the anniversary video. Yeah, but they had Central C in there. What's Central C, bruv? Fucking hell, bruv. Shocking. You might as well have had Lily Phillips and Bonnie Blue in there at this rate. Next thing you'll know is OnlyFans will be in the videos next. I mean, you look at our team now and then you look at that all-time 11, and there's plenty of other players I'll be putting in there. You could make countless 11s, bruv. Do you know what I mean? But none of what we got now gets in it, is the point. None of them. So listen, big up to everyone. We will continue to land it. I need to stress everyone to put your comments down. It helps the channel. Hit the like button. This channel needs more help because of what we do on here. So I'm asking everyone, at the very least, just to put your like down. I'm not really one. I don't care about views and shit like that. But what we speak about, it needs to be heard on a mass scale, because no one else is doing it, and we're fighting against everyone. Literally, we're fighting against everyone. So, listen, everyone knows my narrative, bruv. Facts, Stefan there, writing minerals there. American model monetary mongrelization. Facts, bruv. Yeah, my ultras are all on it. My ultras know from day one how it is, bruv. Yeah, everyone knows how it is, bruv. Yeah. What do you say, Geezer? Earl's Court Development Company tweeted September of 2024, no chance on Chelsea building stadium. Facts. I posted on X exposing brown envelopes, pies and mash. We know this. I think even Eunice mentioned it. They're not going to do it, bruv. Trust me. They're not going to. They can't go there. If they could, they'd go out they'd knock down Cobham because they own that now. Obviously, they sold that to themselves. Yeah, all right, to generate money for PSR. The PSR breach that they're in because of how much money they spent in quick succession because they wanted to spend as quickly as possible to get the model moving. They would build there and then relocate training ground elsewhere on cheaper land, bruv, if they wanted to. They got the trademark that they got now. But the CPO's the one, bruv. The CPO is that holds all the keys, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Big up Swiss Daniel, he says, 2 GOAT movies, Godfather or Pulp Fiction, which one and why? Oh. I mean, Godfather is just goated. I'll tell you what, yeah. If you put me Godfather 2, different discussion, because for me, that's one of the greatest. So for me personally, on this particular one you're asking me, I'm picking Pulp Fiction. And the reason I pick Pulp Fiction is the script, the narrative, the story, everything about it, cinematography, the elite level of acting. I mean, there's some goat scenes in that, bruv. It's just epic. So for me, I'll go Pulp Fiction. I'll go Pulp Fiction, bruv. Yeah. I have to go Pulp Fiction. A lot of people probably disagree, but Godfather 2 for me is the best out of the trilogy. Yeah. Facts. But let me know in the chat what everyone thinks. It's acquired taste. I can't lie. It's acquired taste. Which one you choose there. They're both epic. I love both. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, thank you, Chelsea Empire, for that. Thank you very much. Yeah. Todd Boehly, yeah, Meatloaf Boehly said it's not about winning last year or this year. He doesn't care about winning. They want to win financially. That should be one of the most alarming red flags of all the speeches this geezer's done. Is that it's not about winning this? It's the long-term plan. It's the long-term vision. But the only plan is to repay that fucking dirty 1.2 billion loan on double-digit interest and create an entire new blueprint and model to pay that off and continue to just keep making and generating money like in Scarface. You understand me? We already are looking like Spurs. We're looking like Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But listen, love to everyone in here. We've done quite a long stream today. I might have to cut some of this up and put it in. But listen, respect to everyone and salute to you all. Smash that like button, bruv. And we will keep landing it. Tomorrow I'm going to be back. In fact, tomorrow, what day is it tomorrow? Thursday. Is it Thursday tomorrow? I'll be doing a stream tomorrow, and then on Friday I'm going to have Gunny. Friday I've got Gunny. 100% Gunny's going to come on. I think he said Friday or Saturday, but it'd be more than like Friday. So I'll be streaming regular now. Now my tooth is still, I haven't got the tooth, but it's still killing me, bruv. Yeah. Fucking painful, mate. Yeah. Like I showed you, I've got it here somewhere. Here it is. It's massive, bruv. Look in comparison to my finger. It's bigger than my fingernail, mate. Yeah. So that's it, bruv. I don't know. You'll have to ask Benson, bruv. You know what I mean? Ask him, bruv. Go in his videos and ask him, bruv. Yeah, it's a minerals tooth, bruv. It is a minerals tooth. It's got a hook, bruv. You know how we hook them fucking clowns, bruv. Yeah, we fish them out and mud them. Yeah, gut them. We gut them. So big up to everyone. As always, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things I'll never see. And salute to No Surrender mentality. Win, lose or draw. Blue Co out. Clown Lake out. The lot, bruv. And let's cut the cancer out of football. And I'll leave you with our Don Roman. As always, let's go.
Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich!